The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
Do you like a good love song, Debbie?
I do. I do. A love song is important for mood enhancing and makes occasions important and memorable.
What would you say is your favourite love song?
Has to be 3 Times a Lady.
By the Commodores.
Yes, it's an old one, but they say oldies are goodies, and I think so in that case.
Okay, the only reason I ask is we're talking about love songs today, and we've got a great composer and we've got a great composer on the show, sort of similar to Mozart, Beethoven.
Wow. We've
actually got a more modern version, Graham Jarvis. Now, he's written a lot of music for TV shows and that type of thing. And we've got him on, and we're talking about love songs.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
To start with, Graham, can I just ask you, can you play me something romantic down the phone? Because obviously you're a very talented musician, according to our producers.
Oh, thank you. How do you feel about it, Rod?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard you play yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll play something, an old song. James Taylor came out with, I think in the 60s, the Beatles were involved with him. It's called Something in the Way She Moves.
Oh, nice.
And I think the Beatles have taken their title from this title, but James Taylor very kind and didn't mind.
Okay. Are you playing it on a guitar or are you playing it on a keyboard?
I thought I might try singing along with a harmonica for interest, but no, it'll be guitar.
Okay, fire away.
There's something in the way she moves, or looks my way, or calls my name, that seems to leave this troubled world behind. And if I'm feeling down or blue, or troubled by some foolish game, she always seems to make me change my mind. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, just about all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell she's been with me now. She's been with me now for quite a long, long time. And I feel fine.
Wow. I think I'll give you a round of applause there, Graham.
Thank you very much.
Was that live?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Very good. No mistakes. I like it. So thank you very much for coming on The Dating Show. We're talking about music and sort of great love songs of all time. I mean, in your opinion, what do you think are some of the great ones?
Well, I've got to say, Bryan Adams' Everything I Do It For You, because my wife and I used that for our first dance when we got married in St. Lucia. It was at the time when I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston, was one of the big numbers, and that's another obviously well-known love song. And we didn't want I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston, because it was played absolutely everywhere. So in St. Lucia, I went through the Yellow Pages looking for a record shop to buy an alternative, because the hotel only seemed to have that Whitney Houston CD. And I found a shop called something like Brian's Record Shop, asked them if they'd got any other CDs, and they said, oh, we sell fruit and veg. And I said, oh, I thought you were a record shop. And they said, well, it was a record shop, but we've changed the business, but we didn't have enough money to change the name. So other famous ones, I think, Make You Feel My Love by Adele. I think that's a brilliant track. Bob Dylan wrote it, which speaks volumes, I guess. There's so many. It depends on the individual, really. If you've had a funny happening together, perhaps that becomes your romantic song.
But what sort of makes a great love song in your opinion? And are they more difficult to write than a normal sort of pop song?
Yeah, perhaps, because you've got to get the emotion in the lyric just right. I think they can become cliched, so that's what makes it difficult too. In other words, it's easy to write a romantic song that sounds just like another romantic song, but I think it's getting a sincere lyric that people can relate to and makes people feel a mixture of happiness and sadness all at the same time.
And, obviously this is the dating show, so if somebody is listening to this and they're planning a date, what music would you recommend that they put on in the background to create the right atmosphere? Would that be something like, say, Barry White?
Well, Barry White's obviously a pretty big one, but some people might find him a bit heavy for background. It might start taking over, or perhaps imply something a bit more pushy than just getting to know each other on a date. So, but the things like Shania Twain, perhaps, You're Still the One, and any Michael Bublé tracks can be set a nice romantic feel without going over the top. Some older ones, of course, you've got a lot of Frank Sinatra stuff.
Okay, and also, I mean, do you think it's a good idea for somebody to learn a musical instrument to try and impress a potential new partner? And if so, which one?
Well, I would imagine for the last 40 years, since the 60s, really, the guitar is the obvious one because it's portable. I mean, if you were learning a recorder, it'd be pretty tricky to sing a romantic. And I would think for that same reason, all wind instruments and brass instruments, like the tuba, wouldn't work.
The triangle?
The triangle, Rod. Now, there you are. Yeah, get your triangle out and play along.
Okay. All right. And thanks for joining us. Can you just finish by just playing me another one of your tunes? Just tell us about it before you do.
Okay. Let me just check the guitars in tune.
Doesn't sound in tune to me, Graham.
Okay.
But I'm no expert.
Well, we've mentioned Bob Dylan a few times, and everybody has covered Bob Dylan songs. And this one's called Buckets of Rain.
Okay.
Got them buckets coming out of my ears, buckets of moonbeams in my hand. You got all the love I can't stand. That was for you, Rod.
Thank you very much, Graham. Right, that's brilliant. Thanks so much for that, Graham. That sounded really good. The interview. So that was Graham Jarvis. That song, Buckets of Rain, yes. That keeps going round in my head all the time. I was driving home the other day and it was just buckets of rain, buckets of rain. I just can't get it out of my head.
Do you know, I love a man who can sing. Can you sing, Rod?
Well, I just did. Buckets of rain, buckets of rain.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.